Okay, so last night's Extreme Rules pay-per-view was a dud. Aside from the Cruiserweight Championship matchup, I didn't care about anything else that happened, except for the main event. Though I thought the match was okay, the result of the main event was more than okay. That result of the main event got me really excited for what could happen. Got me really excited with with this potential, with this unique gift that's been given to us. Samoa Joe is the number one contender for the Universal Championship and will face Brock Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire. And I am intrigued by this. I like this. This is a match that feels like it could be a big fight. This has a big fight feel to it. Maybe you could equate it to almost a UFC fight feel to it, because Samoa Joe does incorporate a lot of MMA, a lot of the MMA style in his arsenal, and Brock Lesnar, of course, has that MMA background with the UFC and shit like that. So this match feels like it could go in. It feels like a UFC, almost like could feel like a UFC-esque fight to it. These two badass, unstoppable fucking bulls, these two monsters, about to have a collision course. I mean, the potential for this thing is so overwhelming for me. I'm gonna try my best to my best to explain why I like it and try and map out a potential story that could come out of this thing. But let's go down the run. Let's go down in the running. Samoa Joe, by far, was the only logical choice to win this matchup because out of the other five, I don't care. Balor's a glorified cruiserweight with no business being in the heavyweight division. I'll get to a rant on him later in the week. Roman Reigns, we've been there, done that. Who really cares? Not only that, I just don't want to see it. And honestly, truthfully with you, if Joe was not going to win this thing, I would have gave it to Roman and just do the fucking big match now and get over with because who wants to wait to Mania to see that shit again? Seth Rollins. Rollins sucks as a babyface, and I just don't give a rat's ass about him or Brock Lesnar even having a match. So, and Bray Wyatt, the ship has sailed on Bray Wyatt. I love Bray Wyatt. I'm a Bray Wyatt guy, but listen, I can't defend shit, and Bray Wyatt has been shit. So yeah, the only guy in this match that's actually had any good actual booking behind him has been Samoa Joe. Because pretty much since Samoa Joe has been brought to the main roster, the WWE has done a pretty good job at protecting Samoa Joe and maintaining his badassery, but not having him look like a chump. So he has legitimacy going into this match with Brock because he hasn't been looking like a bitch. He's actually been looking like a fucking badass bull, like a badass monster. And, going into this matchup, Brock Lesnar's fresh off getting his payback against Goldberg. So, he's on cloud nine and looking full of himself. So, this is how the story, to me, should plan out. They got 5 weeks of Great Balls of Fire. Throughout those 5 weeks, we're pretty much going to be seeing Paul Heyman and Samoa Joe doing some verbal sparring. With a Brock Lesnar appearance sprinkled in there every so on and so forth. Just, doing jumping jacks and just being their set decoration. But anyway, enough of that shit. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. So, 5-week build. You got Paul Heyman, you got Samoa Joe. You got Paul Heyman putting over Brock Lesnar as the conqueror of Goldberg and blah, 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 blah. And now his first title defense is going to be against this man known as Samoa Joe, who is in his own right a badass, but he's not a beast, and he's not the real badass. Brock Lesnar, in Paul Heyman's eyes, is the badass. And then we got Samoa Joe on the other hand. Now, the whole dynamic behind this match is going to be kind of weird because Samoa Joe is a heel, and Brock Lesnar is supposed to be a heel, but he gets a lot of face chants, so we're gonna make Brock a tweener. He's neither good nor bad. He's that gray area. And Samoa Joe is also a heel, but I don't know. It's the whole dynamic between face and heel in this match completely fucked. So let's just roll with it. But Samoa Joe is like, listen, your client, your boy Brock Lesnar, he's a beast, all right? But I'm a submission machine. I'm the destroyer, and I'm going to destroy the beast. That's the impetus. It's the beast versus the destroyer. And that's pretty much how your promo should be played up. Your promo should play up Brock Lesnar as the beast and play up Samoa Joe as the destroyer who wants to destroy the beast and make the beast and own the beast. That's how your promos should be. In theory, that's how your promos should be leading up to this match. So, we get the Great Balls of Fire now. And before we get to, let's do this. And also to add some dimension to Brock Lesnar, have him almost not take Samoa Joe seriously. Like, have him just, like, be snarky and be this arrogant, pompous prick. He's like, listen, guy, I just beat Goldberg, and I'm going to beat you too. And just have Samoa Joe, and almost have Brock take Samoa Joe for granted. Like, he doesn't take him seriously in a way. Like, he respects Samoa Joe, but Brock, in all his arrogance, said, psh, psh, and then just have Joe be like, I'm going to make you regret you not taking me seriously and underestimating me. Now we get to Great Balls of Fire. Have this match go at least 5-10 minutes and have them just brawl and beat the shit out of one another. If you don't want to have a clean win, do a schmaz win, do a draw, double count out, double DQ, double submission, double pin. That way Samoa Joe's still protected, Brock Lesnar's still protected, and you don't and that's how, and if you want to do that, you do that. But if you want to do a shock, have Joe beat Brock and have Joe beat Brock by choking Brock out. Take this point, and I'll show you how you do it. Get to the end of the match. Brock Lesnar goes for the F5, but Samoa Joe manages to counter that F5 into a coquina clutch. Don't have Brock Lesnar tap out like a bitch right away. Have Brock Lesnar make Joe fight for that submission win. Have Brock Lesnar do whatever he can to take this mammoth man off of him, but he just can't shake him no matter what he does. Rolls around, does nothing. Tries to do something else, does nothing. Goes for the ropes, does nothing. Samoa Joe finds a way to get him back into the center of the ring. But at that same time, have Joe continue to just like squeeze and clutch and just really cinch in that coquina clutch. And Brock Lesnar, expanding all this energy, passes out from the coquina clutch. He passes out. In one fell swoop, Brock Lesnar still maintains his badassery because he didn't tap out, he passed out. And Samoa Joe maintains his badassery because he made the Beast tap out. And he did it in a way that was clean and believable. And boom, we have a SummerSlam main event big time rematch. Brock Lesnar, the man who took Samoa Joe for granted, is pissed off that he passed out to Samoa Joe. And you got Samoa Joe, who is going to prove that his win was no fluke, that his win was legit. And he's going to make Samoa Joe, and this time, instead of making Brock Lesnar pass out, he's going to make him tap out. Boom. Right there. Big time money SummerSlam rematch that means something. A storyline that means something. A storyline about these two men out to prove which one of them is a true beast and a true monster amongst men. Brock Lesnar, the man who passed out because he took Samoa Joe for granted, is now like, I ain't going to do the same thing again. I ain't taking you for granted because next time when I get you in the ring, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. And then you got Samoa Joe. Listen, motherfucker, I made you pass out. When we get in the ring, I'm going to kick your ass again, and this time I'm going to make you tap out. Boom. That's how you do a Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe storyline in a realistic, meaningful way. It's about broken pride. It's pride versus pride. It's who of these two is the true, legit beast, true, legit monster. That's how you do this storyline. That's how the story, and it can work, and it can mean something, and you can get the fans behind this, because I'm behind it. I can't wait for it. I hope this is what happens because it just all the pieces are in place to have this epic UFC style feud between these two guys. WWE, don't be a fool, make it happen. It can work. I promise you. I am AJ Legend. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you again next time.